broadcast presentation is the property of the National Sports Broadcast Network and NSBNsports.com. This broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or distributed in any form without the express written consent of NSBN. All rights to this broadcast are reserved. For permissions or licensing, please contact NSBN. We appreciate you tuning in.
As a referee, I pay attention for a living. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
If you see something, say something is used with permission by the New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority.
The moment happens fast. The replay lives here. NSBNsports.com brings you every highlight, every update, and every story that matters. From the biggest plays to the latest news, it's all right here on NSBN. Watch the top moments, catch the viral plays, stay ahead of every story. Follow at NSBN Sports across social media for highlights, clips, and real-time updates. Stay connected, stay in the game. At NSBN Sports across the web.
Come on, Liam, let's go! Get open! Come on, go for it! Wake up! Wake up, Liam! Oh, come on, use your head! Gotta want it! Dominate!
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Become a part of the Chattanooga FC family. Season tickets are available now, offering you the best seats and exclusive perks. Enjoy priority access, special events, and much more. Whether you're a die-hard fan or new to the game, there's a place for you with CFC. Visit cfctix.com and secure your season tickets today. Together, we're unstoppable. And together, we make every game an event to remember. Chattanooga FC, where loyalty meets passion.
Everyone can help keep our roads safe. When I'm making a wide turn in my bus, I'll remember to be careful. Please give me plenty of space to finish my turn before you drive ahead. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Meet Keith, loving dad, board game champ, bus driving pro.
I drive 65,000 miles in my bus each year. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. Like how there are some things I simply can't see. On my route the other day, a car tried to sneak past me and ends up right in my blind spot. I turned slowly, so accident avoided. But no car should be in the blind spot for a 40,000-pound bus.
It's our roads. It's our safety.
Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
As a referee, I pay attention for a living. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
If you see something, say something is used with permission by the New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority.
Rep your club. Rep your city. Chattanooga FC gear is the perfect way to show your pride every day. From t-shirts and hats to scarves and more, there's something for every fan. Whether you're at the match or out around town, you can wear the badge with pride. Stand out in the crowd and be part of the movement that makes this club special. Gear up today and take Chattanooga FC with you wherever you go. Shop now and represent Chattanooga FC. ChattanoogaFC.com.
Across cities, across teams, across the country, one moment brings it all together.
Fighting for possession as it's sent to the other side of the 6, and a howitzer is buried.
The crowd rises, the stakes get higher, and under the lights, anything can happen. This is where rivals meet.
Back for it, a foot race, he's got it and finished beautifully.
Where heroes are made, where the game comes alive.
From the spot, banged off the keeper and cleared.
This is prime time.
Touchdown!
This is the National Sports Broadcast Network.
Chattanooga at Inter Miami 2 tonight. Hi, thanks for being with us. A really good battle in store between these two sides. I'll dive into what to watch tonight, what to know about these two sides, and we'll have kickoff in just a few moments. Starting lineups coming after a short break. But before that break, a long ways away from that, we throw you back to Chattanooga at Erlanger Park. One of the best nights in club history already. Really special night. These are the sights, sounds, and more. And you can see the full recap on the Chattanooga Football Club website and YouTube channel. At Erlanger Park, it's Pro Side Soccer this 4th of July, the 250th anniversary of Independence Day in the United States. The red, white, and blue out in force in celebration in Tennessee as we have what is a sold-out crowd at Erlanger Park, the first ever soccer match inside of the brand new MILB ballpark. Right now, Chattanooga Football Club making their way out onto the pitch for their battle against Inter Miami CF2 tonight on the 4th of July. Set inside, knotted around, and it's pinball through for Chattanooga. Chattanooga breaks the deadlock. It's 1-0, CFC in Tennessee. What a great crowd in Tennessee for the beautiful game. Full time for Chattanooga Football Club, a 1-0 victory in Tennessee in front of a regular season record crowd, 6,107 in their home of the Scenic City, Chattanooga, Tennessee. A pretty exciting night, and importantly, that win was against IMCF2. So they record the big win. It was really exciting for them. They went on and played to a draw against Orlando City B. In fact, this side is closing in on tying their record for an unbeaten streak since joining MLS Next Pro. And things got even sweeter. The iron in the fire got even hotter last time out against Philly Union 2 just a few days ago. This is what it sounded like last weekend on One Football.
49 of them across their 19 matches so far. The deep ball aiming for Sid Mohan. Battles with Sakara. Sid Mohan! Sid Mohan! And with a Robertson deep throw, this brings Kohler and Sarsar up. Robertson chucks it deep. Kohler! Chattanooga double down as Nate Kohler leaves Chalop. The middle for Barker John. Outside for Mangarov. Mangarov back inside. Barker John, he scores! Barker John, the follow-up. Krell looks for a feed. Mangarov! And that is going to be a penalty against Philadelphia as Cohen got dragged down. It was against Atlanta back in mid-June. Great save by Holbrook. Follow-up, Mangarov on the outside. And after 90 plus 3, it was a scoring frenzy in Findlay. CFC back in the top 3.
So great call. That was again the broadcast from One Football. And that's not all, though. Everybody was fired up at the press conference. This is Nathan Kohler from Prescott Cables FC, who came to the United States to play for Chattanooga Football Club. He's been a key piece, and he spoke at the press conference. This is what he had to say.
So give us an overall rundown of the team's performance and the result.
I thought today's performance was as good as any this season. we definitely had a plan. Obviously, we go through the week doing our scouting and reports on the dangerous players and that. But of course, it's down to how we can perform ourselves. And I thought to a man we were unbelievable today. I thought we were good value. So hopefully the fans enjoyed it as much as the players did on the pitch.
Yeah, and following that up, what's been the key to the team's 8-match unbeaten streak?
I think being part of the team last season where we kind of struggled a bit in this portion of the season, it was in the back of our minds a little bit. And of course, I mean, we verbalized that, we mentioned that. So it's been kind of a goal to, if we go away, we take points. And then of course, our home here is a fortress. We defend it with everything we have. And again, you've seen that today. So it's a game by game thing, but of course it's something that we've definitely talked about. And I think we've definitely improved on this season.
All right. And how significant is it to get your first victory over Philadelphia Union 2?
Is it? I didn't know. Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. They've got a great academy. I'm sure everyone knows that. They've got some great players, but again, it was about us today, and I think the performance shows that.
And just real quick, you had a lot of close ones. What's it like to get kind of a blowout?
It's a nice feeling. You can't really take your foot off the gas. Of course, we pride ourselves on being kind of a ruthless team, but it's a game where you can kind of enjoy the moment of playing and how well we are performing in that game. So it was a great feeling to be a part of.
No stress coming down to the last minute.
Not as much, no.
And real quick, walk me through, you scored, right?
I did, yes, sir.
Walk me through that header. You threw one into you and you had it. Tell me what you were seeing out there.
Our set pieces, particularly long throws, are a danger. Again, something we worked on last season that's carried over to this season. So we treat a throw-in almost like a corner, almost exactly the same. We've got a set play for it. Freed and I are in there. I was the target that time, and as soon as I seen the ball's flight, my eyes kind of lit up, and I knew I was going to try and flick it back stick to either put it on frame or just in that dangerous area.
And here's head coach Richard Dixon after that big victory.
Coach, just give us a quick rundown of the team's performance and the result you got out there.
Yeah, a good performance from the guys all around. At home is always special for us, making sure that we put on a good show in front of our fans. We want to make sure that we protect our home. And so always the objective is to go and get 3 points, put on a good game. And I thought the guys did that tonight. Obviously, scoring 4 goals, getting the shutout is big time for us, especially with our latest run. We've tied a lot of games. We've allowed some soft ones in. So really, really good from the guys, seeing the game out, scoring that early goal and then keeping it zeros at the back. So yeah, really good performance. Really happy for the guys. They worked hard this week and they deserve it.
So tell me, what's been the key to the team's 8-match unbeaten streak?
I mean, it's all the guys. I mean, credit to them. We give them some ideas, right? We work on different concepts each week. And again, at the end of the day, they still have to go out and execute. And at times it doesn't go as well, but I felt tonight it came together regarding the 8-match unbeaten run. We have a good group of guys that they want to play with each other, they want to work for each other, and I think that goes a long way. So besides the tactics, the X's and O's, it's just a group of guys that are here and they enjoy it here. They want to work for each other, they want to represent the club well, they want to represent the community well, and it's obviously resulting in us, getting points on the road, getting points at home, which is great.
And how significant is it to get your first win over Philadelphia Union 2?
Yeah, pretty big win. Philly is a really good organization. They produce good talent, good young talent. Obviously, they're selling talent on to overseas, and so their model is been one of the top models in the U.S. And so for us to go out and put on a show like that tonight and put on a dominant performance is huge for us. Obviously, we're an independent club. We don't have the same setup, but we have good people. We have a group of people that love Chattanooga, love CFC, and want to come in and represent us well. And so it's always good to have that as our foundation, but good group of staff as well that have a good idea of the game and a good idea of the league. And so try to prepare the guys well each week based on the opponent. And so yeah, we prepared for Philly this week, and the guys executed on the field to give us the 3 points.
One city, one club. 16 years ago, you built something real.
3-0 Chattanooga Football Club!
A club founded and owned by the people, rooted in the heart of Chattanooga.
Bicycle kick, he scores!
For the city, for the community, for us.
Chattanooga way out in front at home!
But everyone doesn't do it the Chattanooga way. We have roots, history, purpose. No matter what came at us, you stood up for CFC. Philly Stadium became a home. Chattanooga stood tall, decided we're always better together. Why try to divide a family? All are welcome here, but there's only one Chattanooga, and there's only one Chattanooga Football Club. This is where legends rise. This is where the real Chattanooga grows stronger. When they step onto our pitch, make them feel a city united under one crest. They say the sincerest form of flattery is imitation. So thank you for recognizing that what we have is something that you want. CFC was built, not bought.
In South Florida, from Fort Lauderdale, enter Miami. Club de Football 2 plays host to Chattanooga FC. Hot 84 degrees as we're set for kickoff from inside of Inter Miami CF Stadium. And today, Chattanooga is seeking crucial road points that would put them just one match behind their record for matches unbeaten in a row since joining MLS Next Pro just a couple of seasons ago. They were able to win 10 in a row, or go unbeaten for 10 in a row, I should say. They're looking to tie that mark, and they currently are on an 8-match unbeaten streak. One of the finest in league history of MLS Next Pro. One of the finest in their existence as a club. And any result tonight would be huge for them as they seek points and are trying to push their way up the table. I'll get into some key stats, some differences in the lineups in a moment, some things to watch, overview of this match, talk about recent performances for these two clubs in just a moment. But first, we'll meet the starting 11 for these two sides, starting with Inter Miami CF2. Miami is coached by Rodrigo Vargas tonight, deploying a 4-3-3. Madden will play between the sticks. Vorenkamp, Almeida, White, and Morrison, the back line, the four on the back. Jana, Flores, De Paula, Cadet, Saha, and Zeltzer Zubida are the front three, the strikers in this formation for Inter Miami CF2. They'll look to bring the heat tonight and make things very difficult for Chattanooga's side. Chattanooga is led by former club legend, well, I should say current club legend, he's still coaching obviously, but by former playing legend Richard Dixon, the interim head coach. Tonight he'll deploy a 4-3-3 for Chattanooga Football Club. Eldin Jakupovic playing between the sticks, the veteran. The back line, Yves Chayap, Farid Sarsar, Hanchard, and Luis Jean. This is going to be his 5th start of the season, but he'll play on the back line as a wingback tonight, kind of out of position for somebody who has seen so much time in midfield, and he's had a really nice season. In midfield, we'll see the captain, Alex McGrath, on the left side. In the central area, Hughes Akuski starting for the first time in quite a while. Tate Robertson alongside him. And the forward three attacking are Krell, Mangarov, and Barker John, who scored last time out for Chattanooga. Krell just one goal away from tying the record for goals in a season for Chattanooga Football Club. Chattanooga looking to continue their 8-match unbeaten streak under the Friday night lights in Fort Lauderdale. Boys in Blue coming off of a scintillating 4-0 win over Philly Union 2 this last Saturday, which led to the club being named MLS Next Pro Team of Match Week 21. Tate Robertson also became the all-time leader in assists for Chattanooga Football Club. Sid Mohan, Nathan Kohler, Mangarov each scored their first goals of the 2026 MLS-NP season, respectively. Barker John added a 7th to his unreal campaign this year. The team also rose to 3rd place in the 16-team Eastern Conference and improved to 9 wins, 5 losses, and 6 draws, good for 37 points in the table. We're ready for kickoff between Inter Miami Club de Football 2 and Chattanooga FC, live from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Thanks for being with us. I'm Gabriel Schrein for NSBN, and it's Pro Side Soccer at MLS Next Pro kicking off right now between these two sides. The referee, one final look. IMCF2 wearing their pink home kits will work from left to right. Chattanooga, the road blues and the stripes working from right to left. With this, the referee, one more glance, waves down across to the touchline, holds his hand and the whistle. We are underway between Chattanooga and IMCF2 from Fort Lauderdale. Quick pitch over the top, looking long. Zeltzer Zubita takes this up, down in the wing near the corner. Sent backwards. IMCF2 fighting for the ball. Zubita after it down on the end line. Chattanooga keeps it alive and pokes it away from him. From the corner, this goes off over the touchline. Chattanooga has had a very, very good season. We'll see the throw in from Inter Miami. Dished down into the 18 and cleared away by Chattanooga quickly. Sent out, down through midfield. Chattanooga's got a head of steam. Long ball forward, collected. There's a shot deflected away. Well played defensively. Early threat and some danger that I did not see coming. Somehow fended off by Inter Miami. Krell making the play. Robertson will throw in immediately for Chattanooga. Still in our first minute and already bringing the heat. Tate throws this long for the 6-yard box. It's short, nodded into the air. Miami trying to clear defensively. Taken back. Farid heels it across. Robertson for the stick, and it's battered away one-handed by Marin. Sent off over the end line. It'll be back-to-back set pieces for Chattanooga as we burn our way through our first minute. Just getting started from Fort Lauderdale between IMCF2 and Chattanooga's football club. The Tennessee side, the long journey to South Florida. Glad you're with us. I'm Gabriel Schrein. This should be quite the shootout between these two. Miami looking for some revenge. Daniel Mangarov this time from the corner. Ben in front of the 6, nodded away. Loose out front of the 18. Chattanooga dished across into the area. Hammered from the front, and it's just deflected. Both hands by Marin, the goalkeeper, pushing that off over the end line. Chattanooga back-to-back-to-back set pieces. They'll enjoy another. Third minute just getting started. Bent long, this is rattled around and cleared away by Miami. That one came into the edge of the 6-yard box, not having it this time defensively. Able to clear it quickly. IMCF to the back line. Zeltzer Zubita loses this. He's all over the ball early. Krell shadows bringing some pressure. Miami back and forth across the back line. Delivered to White. Varenka takes it up. Dished across to Flores. Now White again, all the way on the back line. 20 yards behind midfield in the circle. The center back, Morrison, goes across with it. Ball returned to him immediately. Now all the way back to Marin, who's standing 10 yards outside of the area in the penalty arc. The keeper playing pitch and catch now. Miami trying to force Chattanooga out of position. Couldn't tell you what this looks like on the whiteboard, but we'll see if it works. Here's a long bend over the top, delivered down across. Flores working with the ball. Varenka takes it on the end line, into the area, and cleared away by Tate Robertson midway through the 4th minute. It'll be a set piece. And they'll say that was off before he even touched it, and the ball will go to Chattanooga. It's goal kick. Still early in this. A lot of pressure between these two sides. Very different directions for their seasons. Miami's looking for some revenge. They lost last time these two met in front of a record home crowd for Chattanooga for the regular season. 6,700 fans at Erlanger Park, the baseball venue. Everybody wanted to be there on the 4th of July, fireworks and all. Chattanooga regathers on the back line. Hanchard playing some keep away, and now Jakupovic will sky this one downfield. Miami has had a rough season. Now, they've been very close to winning a lot of matches this year, but just one outright win, 4 draws, as they are last in the Eastern Conference. But their last result, a 2-1 victory. Chattanooga dished forward in front of the area and taken away by Inter Miami. Able to cut that off. Delivered back to Marin. He's going to send it across for some help down the left touchline. Miami trying to clear this out from the backside and willing to take all the time they need to do this safely. Pass over the top is offside and going to be called back and given to Chattanooga. Chattanooga coming off of a 4-0 win over Philly Union 2. Currently third in the Eastern Conference of MLSNP. They've been really good at home, 7-2-2. 2 wins and 4 draws on the road this season. That record does a disservice to, if you're not super familiar with the league, it is extremely difficult to win on the road in this league. And the independents have struggled. This is a different animal for this side, right? It's not like other sporting leagues. It's not like other tiered soccer systems globally. IMCF2 has the option to drop guys down that are on contracts worth more than the entire payroll of Chattanooga FC, so it makes life a little bit difficult for them, and they contend very well. Miami at midfield, dishing it around. Varena. Across, Flores tags up the football. Back down to Varena, who's in the wing, working his way towards the end line. Ben for the spot, and he misfired. It rolls down, almost found Zeltzer Zabita for the strike. Instead, Jakupovic picks it up and hands it off to Luis Jean. Stevie, the former Minnesota Gatorade Player of the Year from when he was in high school, just can't quite take that up. Flores keeps it away from Chattanooga, and White, the handoff delivered to him at midfield. Scoreless, 7th minute, halfway gone. Big thanks to Hayes Creech, as always, keeping me in the loop of what's going on with the club. Chattanooga, the difference between these two clubs, I think, honestly, typically, I think goal differential is a lazy stat, and it doesn't really tell a big story. You know, sometimes it's just about getting a result, right? Not so much just scoring buckets of goals, but Chattanooga has been good and consistent. They've got a +9 goal differential, 39 scored. They've allowed 30 goals, but that's not awful. Meanwhile, IMCF has scored just 16 goals this season. That's in 18 matches, so less than a goal per outing, which is not awful. That would be acceptable if they had not allowed a league-leading 46 goals for a differential of -30. Football rolls through to the back line of Chattanooga. They're going to clear that one downfield, and it rolls off errantly. These two have played a lot of times in their history. Chattanooga has won the last 2. And before that, a pair of draws, they won the shootout. So if you count that, I don't count that, but it is a 5-match unbeaten streak. And if you take those 2 draws where they won the shootout, you could call it a 5-match win streak for Chattanooga over IMCF. CFC downfield, sidestepping defenders, long feed. Mangadov takes it alongside the 18. Daniel Mangadov leaves it off for the captain, Alex McGrath. He's harassed. The man from Spennymoor goes back to Mangadov. Daniel healed. McGrath again with a football from beyond the wing, delivered back to the left back. Stevie Luis Jean getting that start out of position, his 6th of the year. Forward, across. Mangadov is dispossessed, and it's last touched by Flores, so the football stays with Chattanooga. Good opportunity on the throw-in. Still without a score, 9th minute, halfway gone. Corner awarded to Chattanooga Football Club. We'll see what they can do with this set piece. Robertson standing on the close side down in the corner. Everybody playing traffic down inside. Referee struggling with it. Now the bend. Robertson over the top. Pushed away by Marin. A two-handed play. Luis Jean pickpocketed and kept alive. Excuse me, that's Hanchard who has it stolen. But Chattanooga does repossess the ball. And now the keeper will bend it along over the top. Overshot his intended target. That's off. And the football to Verena, who will throw in. Marin gets us going again and gives it off across. Wants to go forward and work this one through. Roddy White will pitch the ball downfield. Knocked off of a defender, and that rolls down the touchline towards the wing. Chattanooga steals it away from their own back third. From right to left, they move downfield. Through into the 11th minute, we're still scoreless. Chattanooga somehow gets this across to Mangadov. Daniel doesn't like the pressure. The former Virginia Cavalier gives it off to Robertson. And the back line of Chattanooga possesses. Hanchard and Farid playing pitch and catch. In the circle, Chattanooga's football club. A little too much. A lot of activity in front of these guys. Hanchard is going to light off a firecracker. This one downfield screams to his intended target. Fed through. Chattanooga's got it on the edge of the 18. Dispossessed on the arc. Regathered over the top. It's too much sauce for Chattanooga, as that'll be goal kick for Marin and Inter Miami. Almost found a way to put that one on the sticks. Chattanooga is going to retreat back into a defensive shell. Miami will get back to work. CFC has been good on the road and notably good at night this season. 7 wins, 6 draws playing at night. They're more likely to win on the road at night than during the day. After 5 p.m. is how I should clarify that. Average age of this roster, 23 years old. 16 different countries represented for Chattanooga. Moving this forward and nowhere to go. Miami will retreat to the back line and try again. Wanting to finesse this through. And instead has to be returned to the back line. White. Down toward midfield. Chattanooga intercepts. Left off. Luis Jean gets it right back from Mangarov. And with that, a dozen minutes gone, the football is stolen away by Miami. Sticky boots. Flores rolling this away from McGrath. The captain and Englishman pursues him. Good look so far for these two sides. A little bit of feeling out to be done, obviously. Really big win over Philly last Saturday. MLS Next Pro Team of Match Week 21 honors for Chattanooga. Dished forward, Miami sees it stolen away, and Hanchard to the keeper. A dozen minutes gone, about to roll into minute 14 with no scoreline. Tate Robertson became the club's all-time leader in assists with his performance. Looked really good against Philly. Robertson returned. He played 2 years with the club during their transition into NISA and turning full-fledged professional, and has returned. Went away for a couple of years, came back to the roster. Sid Mahan, Kohler, Mangadov each scored their first goals of the season. Barker John added a 7th to his roster, his performance, and the stat sheet. Team rose to 3rd place in the 16-team Eastern Conference. 9 wins now, 6 draws, 37 points in MLS Next Pro play. Eldine tries this from midfield and blown dead as they get it over the stripe. Chattanooga commanding advantage in the historic head-to-head against Miami. 5 wins, 1 loss all time, and a pair of draws, and they won both of the shootouts in the draws. Flores takes a pass from midfield, long feed for the end line. Hanchard defends this perfectly as it rolls off. Goal kick. Richard Dixon, interim head coach of Chattanooga, spoke this week about the most pleasing aspect of the team's unbeaten run. He said he's really pleased with the resilience of this group. Commitment to what this roster is trying to do, what Chattanooga is trying to do as a club. Ups and downs, and when things don't work, the club, the team continues to plug away and try to find new ways to get results. And a solid foundation is how he described it. And what Chattanooga wants to do to attack and defend, and the team is all on the same page. And now he says it's about how Chattanooga, how we refine the details going into the last stretch. So very exciting to hear that from Dixon, to see the success from the club. And I will tell you, a huge fan of Richard Dixon. First-class guy, one of my favorite people that's ever played for Chattanooga in any club, any college, any high school I've ever been affiliated with. A stand-up man, a great leader, and just the perfect guy for Chattanooga's team. Back behind the back line, bent over the top long by the keeper, Eldine. Jakupovic tried to feed that to midfield, and it's knocked away. So a throw-in coming. IMCF 16th place in the East. Miami coming off their first victory of 2026, a 2-1 victory in this very stadium over Toronto FC 2. Quarter of an hour gone, still scoreless between these two. Chattanooga trying to restart from the back and having some trouble with all the pressure. Moving it back and forth. Want to get this through to midfield. Now a dump over the top will be taken by Miami. IMCF working it back and forth up and down that back line. Ido Zeltzer-Zubita leading Miami, 7 goals. Theo Vorenkamp has provided the most assists with 3. Daniel Godoy, the head coach of IMCF. Here's a long bend over the top for Miami, and misfired that. It's going to go long midway through our 17th and be taken by the keeper of Chattanooga, Jakupovic. Watch party for Chattanooga is at Leroy's Beer Lounge. Downtown for Chattanooga Football Club. Ball from Miami sent forward. Knocked around. Chattanooga takes it. Left off across. CFC bends it downfield. Could be an opportunity. He's onside. It's Krell. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Knifes his way around a defender. Left off out front to Robertson, and a laser is gloved by Marine to open the 18th minute. Officials tonight, Daniel Amiri is our head referee, Ethan O'Hearn and Siriana Vasquez are the assistant officials. Deborah De Silveira Madera is our 4th official. From the spot, our keeper will put us back underway. Appreciate you being with us. Be sure to follow the club at Chattanooga FC. You can also follow myself at Shry Guy. Keep up with all of our broadcast, our audio feeds at NSBN Sports. NSBN Sports /how to watch. NSBNsports.com /how to watch. 18th minute about to become the 19th. As this sheet's still clean, almost unbelievable. We've seen some really good chances. Chattanooga extended their unbeaten streak to 8 matches after the 4-0 win last weekend. Philly Union just couldn't handle them. They were on the road down from the city of brotherly love, visiting the Scenic City. And I mentioned those 3 first-time scorers in 2026. Sid Mahan, Kohler, Bangarov. Barker John is 7th of the year. Eddie Davis got a quick early look, and Eldin Jakupovic smothered it. But from there, all one-way traffic. The keeper in this match right now, Marin, tries the left touchline, but Miami will have to go back to him immediately. 19th minute, about to become the 20th in a scoreless match between these two. Feed to midfield and now beyond. Long ball down the right touchline, sliding and knocked off by Hanchard. Next home match for Chattanooga. Looking forward to having you with us for it. Saturday, August 8th, it's Chattanooga FC Youth Night. Atlanta United 2 comes to town. Waiting to deliver this corner, Miami. Here's the bend out front of the 18. Rolled all the way back 20 yards out. Hammered off a defender, and Barker John takes this at midfield. He's got some steam. Down the left touchline, free. 2 defenders behind him. Hits the e-brake and leaves it off. Chattanooga's Mangadov. Robertson taken down on the spot, and the call. What a spot for Chattanooga Football Club just outside of the 18. Chattanooga, a prime opportunity in the opening stages against Inter Miami. Chattanooga puts this on the left side of the penalty arc. We're talking maybe 2 yards back from the edge of the area. McGrath, Mangadov, and Robertson are standing on top of the ball having a conversation. A 4-man micro wall in pink standing in front of them. And our referee wants a word. He's satisfied. A 5th will be allowed to join. A little gap. McGrath will take himself back down into the 18. That leaves behind Robertson and Mangadov. Tate Robertson fires, and it's gloved by Marin down inside of the 6-yard box. Saw that coming, fell onto the ball, and that opens the 22nd minute scoreless between Miami and Chattanooga. Good save by the keeper. Now we'll get started again. So far, a game of checkers, not chess, a little back and forth. Chattanooga's twice been named Team of the Match Week this season in MLS Next Pro. Obviously, this last week, Match Week 21, also in Match Week 14, named Team of the Match Week. Beyond midfield, Miami is called, the collision, and a yellow card shown. For the big hit, we see a yellow card flashed at these guys. Early to see that. It's going to be shown to Hanchard of Chattanooga. So we'll see a kick. Miami returns it behind midfield. They're going to play some pitch and catch with it and take their time, trying to draw Chattanooga out of position. White will take it at the right back spot. He's going to go long. Down to Flores near the corner. Sent over the top. Zeltzer Zabita the target. Knotted away by Hanchard. Hanchard on a yellow card now. A warning. Zeltzer Zabita does get the football just outside of the wing on the left side. Cuts it in front of the penalty arc. And pinballed straight up by Eldin Jakupovic, who is kind of being interfered with. Not very happy with the efforts of the striker to shield him. Started throwing his hands around, saying to the referee, hey, he can't do this. Almost 24 minutes gone as we're midway through our 24th minute between these two sides. Still scoreless between Miami and Chattanooga. 7 shots to 2. Chattanooga has been generating all of the opportunities. 4 shots on target to just 1 for Miami. It's wild that Chattanooga hasn't scored, honestly. They've had some very quality looks, even that kick from just in front of the 18. Chattanooga still asking questions. Miami has dominated possession, 184 passes to just 69 of Chattanooga. 91% pass accuracy to 81% of CFC. But that's what Inter Miami likes to do. Keep possession, circulate the ball. Classic possession versus penetration battle. Miami has had more of the ball, but Chattanooga, a lot more opportunities. Chattanooga going to throw in from their own back third as we played 24 minutes between these two. Nodded into the air, knocked around. IMCF trying to establish possession. Double teamed, just enough of the boot. Flores tripped inadvertently by Robertson, and the call their way. They'll go back to the circle. Setting and looking on where to deliver the ball. White over the stripe, taking his time as well. 4 saves already for Marin, and only 1 shot saved by Eldin Jakupovic. 3 crosses to 1, Miami leading that area. But Chattanooga, it feels like a breakthrough is coming. Statistically, physically, Miami's enjoyed the ball, but Chattanooga's controlled all of the dangerous moments in this. IMCF circulating behind the stripe. Roddy tries this down the right touchline, finds Flores, wants to feed it across, harassed by Luis Jean, and behind the circle, a full reset for Miami's Pink Flamingos. Time moving quickly in this first half. White dishes it across to Flores. Looking for a way to finesse that through. From just behind the line, taking their time, Miami to the back of the circle. Center back exploring his options. Going to go down the left touchline. Just in front of the 18. Chattanooga breaks it up. Flipped into the air. CFC trying to clear this. Barker John tripped. No call. Flores tees this up. The men in pink. A shot from in front of the arc is covered by Eldin Jakupovic. Good play by Eldin. Saw that coming through traffic. Able to get his leg down low and cover the ball with both hands. Sent beyond midfield by Chattanooga. Midway through minute 27. Luis Jean down the stripe. Now returns it to the center back. Hanchard going to try an aerial play down the right touchline. Nodded and inadvertently knocked away by the Flamingos. CFC will throw in. Delivered across. And backwards behind midfield, Chattanooga. 28th minute opening where we're scoreless. Still not liking what they're seeing. They're going to try and air this out over the top, and no one there. Marin, the keeper for Miami, will take this harmlessly. No stress for him or this side on that chance, that trip downfield. The end of the pitch, they have been peppered, but they've looked good. He'll get us started again and take his time with it. Flipped across, back and forth, back and forth. Going to be dished forward. Miami sees it intercepted. IMCF. Stolen by Chattanooga. Long feed for McGrath. Alex over the penalty arc and taken away before he can find Barker John deep in the 18. Almost found an opportunity to break that through. Miami going to possess and play a little more pitch and catch up and down that back line. Doing whatever they can to keep this away from Chattanooga. They've done a nice job of that so far. Again, Chattanooga just looking for that breakthrough. They have been in control mathematically, statistically. It's been all Chattanooga. That'll take us through beyond 1/2 of an hour played between these two sides. Chattanooga has felt largely unstoppable, but has yet to find a breakthrough. Still trying to find a way to get this to go. Ball will be reset from the back line for Chattanooga. At midfield, Miami takes it away. IMCF down to the left side of the 18, fired off a Chattanooga defender. Miami over Mangarov. Chipped away, Farid sends this toward midfield, tagged out of the air by McGrath. 1-2 quick passes. Hanchard's got it and moving, cuts around a defender. Luis Jean there, going to provide a safety valve. Moving it forward towards the 18. Left off, centering feed. Krell's got it near the spot and dashed home inside of the left stick. Goal! Goal for Chattanooga Football Club. Krell has scored a dozen on the season and ties the club record for goals scored in a single season. Mehdi Wamri made magic in his time wearing blue. Krell is making his presence felt and scribing his name in club history with another one. A dozen goals scored. It's 1-0 Chattanooga midway through our 32nd minute. What counter, what spacing, what pacing. I'm not trying to be cute with the rhyming there, for real. It was great spacing, good pace on their way downfield. I mean, just a beautiful play by Chattanooga. They dispossessed Miami, immediately counter, and it takes 1-2 quick passes. They get a final one and get it to go. And Krell, really good individual effort. He was being harassed and almost dispossessed down deep in the area. He stays with it. He's got steady, strong legs and is able to dish that one just inside of the stick for the score. 33rd minute about to wrap up. Chattanooga leading 1-0 after the score by Krell. Miami going to let this roll through to their back line, and White will possess. Set across to Flores, who doesn't like all the pressure. Return to the back line. White again. Chattanooga wants to air this out, and they will, just behind center field. Down the touchline, cutting to the inside. The Flamingos, this one poked away, regathered. Zeltzer Zubita trying to fight his way through, and Chattanooga forces this to go to the back line. White will have it. He crosses the midfield stripe. Aerial feed for the 18, no one there. It's rolling it off, just out of the reach of a would-be striker for Inter Miami. In Fort Lauderdale, it's 1-0 Chattanooga after a gorgeous strike. Alex Krell scored his dozenth on the year for Chattanooga's football club. He just seems unstoppable at this point. Miami working it back and forth. Happy to possess and circulate. Gonna try the right touchline. White moves it forward. Ball comes right back to him. Gathered up off of the feed by Varenka, and now stolen before he can get through into the 18. Chattanooga moves it to the circle. Barker John fighting for his life, double teamed, able to move this forward, and Krell sees it gathered up by Marin, the keeper inside of the 18. 35th minute wraps up as we're into our 36th, where it's 1-0 CFC. Ball sent all the way over the top to Eldin Jakupovic, and the keeper comes out to greet this and boot it back through. Gathered on the back line, White. Wants the midfield circle. Good step around by IMCF. Flipped across. Miami skies this over the top. Gathered by IMCF, working his way towards the 18, tried to cut around McGrath. Alex steals it. Spennymore's native, the proud product of England, across to Barker John. Damien over the circle and Moore has to hit the brakes. A little too much pressure. Trying to keep the lid on and keep things together. Chattanooga leading 1-0 midway through the 37th. Tate Robertson will go to the back line. First time we've really seen Chattanooga possess. And they're going to go back to Eldine. Jakupovic, the keeper from the penalty arc. Farid and Kohler moving this around. Excuse me, that's Huzakiewski. 18, not 14. Eldine finds the connection. Luis Jean has got some room. Hands it off. Robertson. Floater is going to be gathered immediately down alongside the 6-yard box. No chance for Chattanooga. Earlier today, Carolina Core and Atlanta played a match that I'm sure just about killed their local radio crew. Good friends of the guys at soccer down here, Jason Longshore, John Nelson, Matty Cruz. Could be some Jared in there. I'm not sure who all would have been on the coverage today, but either way, the final at full time, 3-3, so they go to penalty kicks. 10-9, Carolina Core won that. Wow. 2 points for the Foxes, 1 for Atlanta United 2. Playing all their matches at their training ground, a beautiful facility in Marietta. Pitched around, Miami going to have to run this down. Near the corner, IMCF2, the Pink Flamingos. He's got it on the end line, looking out front for a feed. Delivered 10 yards in front of the left corner of the area. Centered up, 10 yards back from the spot. Floated through, no one there. Jakupovic slides on top of the football. He'll gather it. Midway through our 39th, 1-0 Chattanooga. Other matches coming up. We've got some more action coming tonight. 2 8 p.m. Eastern kickoffs, Minnesota, Portland, SKC, Houston. Then at 10 p.m. Eastern, 2 more kickoffs on the West Coast, LAFC, Colorado, VCFC, NTX. North Texas has looked good. 4 matches tomorrow, and rounding out the slate on the 2nd. See all of the matches coming up this week in the full schedule, MLSNextPro.com. Flipped across to White. Trying to decide where to go, how to fit that through. And this will go off over the end line on a feed that was off the mark. Now Chattanooga will take it and have possession. They're going to try a feed to midfield and send it long over the top. Looking down into the 18, knocked away by Miami. And this rolling off. IMCF working this out from the back line. 2 quick passes. And from the midfield stripe, Miami Flamingos. Just a couple of minutes left in our first half. It's 1-0 Chattanooga. Miami, they keep working it down the touchline. I'm not sure what the goal is on that circulation. Clearly trying to get Chattanooga to bite in some way. They like to go halfway down the touchline into the attacking side. 25 yards past midfield, 25 yards from the 18. And then they go back behind midfield. They just did it again. They've done it 100 times. And Chattanooga's just letting them do it. They're not trying to take the ball away from them. Miami's like, okay, well, we'll just keep doing that. And it's making for quite the boring watch, I won't lie. I'm not sure what their goal is. They're not going to score doing that. Here's a pass down the left touchline. Nowhere to go with it. Tries to cut to the inside. Here's a floater through into the 18. A strike off the crossbar. Returned out front to the 6. Cleared by Farid Sarsar. In front of the 18. Miami a long shot. Gloved by Eldin Jakubovic. On cue, it finally pays off for the Flamingos, who get a couple of quality looks on goal. And Jakubovic shuts it down. Cleared away. And that's taking us towards halftime very rapidly. 42nd minute becomes the 43rd. Miami on the attack again, rolled into the final third. Seltzer Zubida bent over the top. This rolls down the end line. He's got it. Sent for the 6. Knocked away by Luis Jean. Krell tees it up for Chattanooga outside of the area. McGrath down to the touchline, cleared by Chattanooga. Krell's got it just beyond midfield. He's being harassed. Looking to pass this away, and he will. McGrath and Chattanooga now doing some time wasting midway through the 43rd. Trying this over the top is Chattanooga. Sky down the right touchline, and Marin comes out to gather the ball and stop play. Back underway immediately. Miami working that back line, trying to make something happen before the break. Obviously, some time to go. Here's a long feed forward, a shot, and it's going to be gloved easily by Jakubovic. Nowhere to go with that. Going to force them to send that back down toward midfield. Almost done with our first half. Dished across the center field stripe. Going to play a minute of added time on half one. Here's a feed out front of the area. Barker John lights off one, and the bottle rocket up into row G. That'll bang around, and the keeper will kick us back underway. Chattanooga was able to finally pump one home. Most of that first half was just Miami possessing the ball, but they had all the looks. Chattanooga, that is. They've survived the expected response. Miami has settled into their game after the opening 25 minutes. 317 passes to the 134 of Chattanooga. Inter Miami, 92% pass accuracy, but Chattanooga, comfortable defending in their shape, waiting for the right moments. They've absorbed pressure well. We played a minute of stoppage time on half one. Miami down into the attacking third. Fed out front, wants to fire a shot, lofted towards goal and battered away by Eldin. Gathered again in the wing, sent inside on the cross. Chattanooga tries to clear this. Now on the right wing, the close side, Miami's got it back. Flamingos out front of the 18, backside of the 6, and two-handed gloved, punched out of there by Eldin. That takes us through to the half. One half is in the books, and it's a Chattanooga Football Club lead. Alex Krell's finish changed everything. His goal in the 32nd minute has forced Miami to chase. They're going to chase into this second half and try to change things. The complexion of the match very different from kickoff. Chattanooga able to stay organized and force Inter Miami to break them down. We'll see if they can do it. Halftime analysis, stats, thoughts, and more next right here.
moment happens fast. The replay lives here. And ESPNSports.com brings you every highlight, every update, and every story that matters. From the biggest plays to the latest news, it's all right here on NSBN. Watch the top moments, catch the viral plays, stay ahead of every story. Follow at NSBN Sports across social media for highlights, clips, and real-time updates. Stay connected, stay in the game. At NSBN Sports across the web.
The action doesn't stop when the game ends. Stay connected with Chattanooga FC all season long. Follow along for highlights, behind-the-scenes moments, and exclusive content you won't find anywhere else. Catch the biggest plays, the best goals, and the stories that matter most. Be part of the conversation and stay close to the club every single day. Follow Chattanooga FC on social media and never miss a moment. ChattanoogaFC.com. Looking for something fun for the whole family? Chattanooga FC has you covered. Bring everyone out to Finley Stadium for a night full of energy, excitement, and so much to do. It's a place where fans of all ages can come together and be part of something special. From the first whistle to the final moment, there's always something happening. Make it a night to remember with Chattanooga FC. ChattanoogaFC.com. The action doesn't stop when the game ends. Stay connected with Chattanooga FC all season long. Follow along for highlights, behind-the-scenes moments, and exclusive content you won't find anywhere else. Catch the biggest plays, the best goals, and the stories that matter most. Be part of the conversation and stay close to the club every single day. Follow Chattanooga FC on social media and never miss a moment. ChattanoogaFC.com.
We welcome you back here at halftime, where there is a narrow gap at intermission. Chattanooga 1-0 to the good against Inter Miami 2. We head to Houston for this week's player profile and get to know midfielder Matthew Arana.
My name is Matthew Arana. I play for Houston Dynamo and I play attacking midfielder.
Born and raised in Rocheron, Texas, Houston Dynamo homegrown midfielder Matthew Arana is proud to represent the Bayou City.
Matthew Arana, goalkeeper at the mercy of the finish.
Arana picks it up, 2 defenders in front of him, and stings the back post.
I feel really great. I was born and raised there. No one would ever thought a kid from Rocheron would be pro at 15 years old. And I feel amazing to be able to represent Houston where I'm from.
Arana joined the Dynamo Academy at 11 from his local club Rise SC and quickly climbed the ranks.
I was playing like a year up already. I was already used to it, but it was like a different level still because there was other kids I never knew that came to this team and they were all really good, so I started off a little bit slow, but I started getting used to it and then I went up the ranks.
From Houston, getting the first Dream Academy. At 15 years, 5 months, 24 days of age, the youngest first-team signing in club history. 15!
I felt amazing. I was ready. I was praying, hoping my name would get called and I could step on the field. When I got there, we did the warm-ups and stuff like that. And I was warming up and we had one sub left and I was the last one. I was like, hopefully my name gets called. And when I went in, honestly, it's a feeling I can't explain how I felt, but it was amazing. And playing against a player like Son, that was I never thought I would watch him. When I was younger, I never thought we'd be playing against him. It was really beautiful.
As Arana developed through the academy, his next step with Dynamo Dos continues to push his game forward.
Arana likes what he sees. Oh my goodness!
It helps me a lot, get minutes in. And obviously this team is still high level. There's a high level of the whole league, and it helps me get minutes so I could prepare for when my time comes with the first team.
He has some really unique qualities to his game that are tough to teach and not many players have. His ability to protect the ball, to be deceptive, to dribble out of situations.
I think the level is just high. And every day you gotta be consistent if you want to get minutes. You gotta work hard. It's tough because I'm like a young player, but I think I'm getting used to the level, and hopefully I could get more minutes in soon.
I love Matthew. He's one of my really close friends. We went through the academy together. We've been with each other through a really young age, and playing on the field with him is amazing. He's a really good player, obviously. All I have to do is pass him the ball, and he'll get us to the other side of the field, dribbling through players.
His performances in his hometown have opened the door for Arana to represent Mexico at the youth level.
2 years ago, like March, they sent my Dynamo an email and told me that they were gonna invite me to a camp, and I didn't believe it. I was like, it felt amazing. It means a lot to me representing my roots, where I'm from, and my family, and it's a great experience over there. I got number 10 the first time. I was like, it felt beautiful experience for me. When I went over there, I was a little nervous. That was my first time going to Mexico, but the coaches and the players were all really nice, and it felt like a family as soon as I got there.
Through it all, he hopes to make his family proud after all they've done to get him here.
A lot of sacrifices, taking me to all the far tournaments before, because I can't drive yet. They take me here every morning early, and yeah, I really appreciate what they do for me.
The last class of the day for my student athletes isn't English, science, or math. It's school sports, where the #1 priority is teaching, just like every other classroom. As their coach, I help them grow as leaders and become better people, preparing them for the game and, more importantly, for life. That's why the best wins are the lessons they learn, which will impact them long after their playing days are over. Encourage your student to participate in school sports.
This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Looking for something fun for the whole family? Chattanooga FC has you covered. Bring everyone out to Finley Stadium for a night full of energy, excitement, and so much to do. It's a place where fans of all ages can come together and be part of something special. From the first whistle to the final moment, there's always something happening. Make it a night to remember with Chattanooga FC. ChattanoogaFC.com.
Come on, Liam, let's go! Get open! Come on, go for it! Wake up! Wake up, Liam! Oh, come on, use your head! Gotta want it! Dominate!
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The moment happens fast. The replay lives here. And SBNSports.com brings you every highlight, every update, and every story that matters. From the biggest plays to the latest news, it's all right here on NSBN. Watch the top moments, catch the viral plays, stay ahead of every story. Follow at NSBN Sports across social media for highlights, clips, and real.
One of the teams to watch. Meanwhile, in addition to that, Tacoma Defiance hosting Vancouver Whitecaps FC2. And then on Sunday, it is a big collection of fixtures. St. Louis City 2 hosting Real Monarchs. That atmosphere always fun in St. Louis. Meanwhile, the defending champions Red Bulls 2 take on New England Revolution 2. Well, here at halftime, it's time to get a recap on the action so far. Right now, a narrow advantage for Chattanooga FC. The big note from that first half, Alex Krell scoring that 12th goal of the season. That has now matched Chattanooga FC's single-season record for MLS Next Pro goals. He's matched Mehdi Wamri, who scored 12 in 2024, and with the way things are going, you would fancy Alex Krell to surpass that record pretty expeditiously.
how can you measure the value of education-based athletics? Well, the value is in what makes it invaluable. That's because school sports aren't just about winning, they're about learning and growing. School sports aren't just about gaining trophies and accolades, they're about learning life lessons, bringing a whole community together, developing character and integrity, having coaches who mentor you, and teammates who become lifelong friends. And you can't put a price on any of that. That's what makes education-based athletics invaluable. Of course, when you participate in school sports, you want to win and become a better athlete, but the purpose is so much greater, becoming a better person. Support your local school sports programs. And if you have a student, encourage them to get involved.
This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
As a referee, I pay attention for a living. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
If you see something, say something. It is used with permission by the New York Metropolitan Transportation Authority.
Everyone can help keep our roads safe. When I'm making a wide turn in my bus, I'll remember to be careful. Please give me plenty of space to finish my turn before you drive ahead. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Another teenager, victim to fake pills bought from social media. This doesn't seem like a drug deal, but it definitely is. Should buying prescription pills be that easy? Many fake pills contain fentanyl, and an amount small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil can be lethal. So listen, before buying pills from social media, think again. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org and go for real. Brought to you by USPTO and the National Crime Prevention Council.
Do you know a veteran in need? Nation's Finest, through the VA's Supportive Services for Veteran Families program, helps veterans and their families struggling with rent, employment, and other housing-related costs. Today, Nation's Finest operates more than 30 locations in California, Arizona, and Nevada, helping thousands of veterans every year. Visit nationsfinest.org or call 1-833-468-9676. That's 1-833-468-9676.
The last class of the day for my student athletes isn't English, science, or math. It's school sports, where the #1 priority is teaching, just like every other classroom. As their coach, I help them grow as leaders and become better people, preparing them for the game and, more importantly, for life. That's why the best wins are the lessons they learn, which will impact them long after their playing days are over. Encourage your student to participate in school sports.
This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Looking for something fun for the whole family? Chattanooga FC has you covered. Bring everyone out to Finley Stadium for a night full of energy, excitement, and so much to do. It's a place where fans of all ages can come together and be part of something special. From the first whistle to the final moment, there's always something happening. Make it a night to remember with Chattanooga FC. ChattanoogaFC.com.
Come on, Liam, let's go! Get open! Come on, go for it! Wake up! Wake up, Liam! Oh, come on, use your head! Gotta want it! Dominate!
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
The moment happens fast. The replay lives here. And ESPNSports.com brings you every highlight, every update, and every story that matters. From the biggest plays to the latest news, it's all right here on NSBN. Watch the top moments, catch the viral plays, stay ahead of every story. Follow at NSBN Sports across social media for highlights, clips, and real-time updates. Stay connected, stay in the game. At NSBN Sports across the web. This is the National Sports Broadcast Network. Free and live sports from NSBNSports.com.
Delivered perfectly to the back of the net.
Now we go back to Gabriel Schrei for more live coverage.
Back in Fort Lauderdale, Florida from Inter Miami Football Stadium. Glad you're with us. I'm Gabriel Schrei with radio coverage of today's road match for Chattanooga Football Club at IMCF2. It is 1-0 at the halftime break. Chattanooga carrying a lead into the second half thanks to the 32nd minute strike of Alex Krell. Inter Miami has enjoyed the majority of possession, but Chattanooga has been the far more dangerous side, and that score was the dozenth of the season for Alex Krell. It equalized the club record for goals scored in a year in MLS Next Pro. Mehdi Wamri scored a dozen in 2024. The biggest question over the next 45 minutes is whether Chattanooga can continue to defend this lead without simply inviting pressure. IMCF2 will certainly have plenty of the ball again, but Chattanooga comfortable staying compact and looking for opportunities in transition, so they'll try to do that. An interesting halftime stat line. IMCF more than twice as many passes and finished the first half over 91% pass accuracy, but Chattanooga still generated more shots on target, won more corners, and most importantly, they take the only goal into the second half, so they're going to look to try and keep that advantage and try to continue to build on it. The first 10 to 15 minutes of this half, absolutely critical. Both teams have made their way back onto the pitch after the second half and are ready for kickoff. We're going to switch sides. Chattanooga in their road navy with white stripes working left to right. IMCF2, home pinks working right to left. Welcome, and with that, we are underway with half number 2. 3/4 of an hour still to play between these two sides. Welcome back. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Glad you're with us. Right away, the long bend over the top by Chattanooga into the 18. Gathered by the keeper, and Miami's Marin sends this across on the back line. Roddy White working with a football. Doesn't like the pressure. It's across down to the close touch line. Miami looking for midfield. Centered back up, and White will take it up again. Sent long through the center field stripe, knocked around. Miami does come up with possession. Teed up on the touchline, down the right touchline. Chattanooga steals it away only for a moment. Their man is cut down, and the referee sends that with CFC. The officials for today's match, Daniel Amiri is our head referee, assisted by Ethan O'Hearn, Sariani Vasquez. Our fourth official, Deborah de Silveira Madera. Sent long over the top off of the free kick to open the 47th minute. Chattanooga leading 1-0 opening the second half. Ball knocked into the air. It's loose out front and can't get to it in time. Chattanooga's Luis Jean nods it from midfield looking for Barker John. Cut off on the back by IMCF. It'll roll off. Richard Dixon shouting out to his guys, trying to get them into position. Just a couple of changes at the break. Jana coming off for Conyers for IMCF. Waiting to throw in. They're just announcing that change now officially. They made that at the break, though. It came at the 3/4 of an hour mark before they started the second half. Chattanooga to throw in. Luis Jean, the former Minnesota Gatorade Player of the Year, throws it long, knocked around over the top to the center field stripe. Miami's Flamingos, they've got a head of steam from right to left and stolen away by Hanchard, but it's blown dead by Amiri, our referee. He'll keep that with Miami. They'll have the free kick. A ways back from midfield. Here's the delivery. Set inside, knocked away, popped into the air again, and Chattanooga, a floater volleyed long. Vying for possession, McGrath bullied a bit. Coming down with it, Barker John sends this forward. 2 quick passes, now on the move. A little bit of steam for Chattanooga through midfield. Long delivery down the left touchline into the wing. Looking for the 18, CFC. Dribble. Cuts it out front, left off. Dead on from the penalty arc. Chattanooga in trouble now as Miami runs their man down and can't draw the call. Through the circle, Farid Sarsar. I'm surprised to see Chattanooga bringing pressure. I thought they would kind of be compact and allow pressure to come to them, but a bit of an attack in this second half to open. I mentioned I do feel like this first quarter of an hour is super crucial to these two sides. The give is going to be centered up by Sorensen. He's behind center field in the stripe. Now the long bend over the top for CFC. Gathered by McGrath on the edge of the wing. Flipped back to Hughes-Akuski. Luke and McGrath playing catch. Sent inside. Luis Jean back to Hughes-Akuski. He's Aloni from New England Revolution. The Revs man has been really nice in midfield. His first start in quite a while. He's Creech, the director of communications, before the match told me it's just his first start since June. 8 matches unbeaten for Chattanooga, closing in on a club record. Currently stands at 10. Right now leading 1-0 as our 49th minute wraps up and we open the 50th minute of play here early in the second half. Marin, the keeper for the Flamingos, dishes it across the right side down to the touchline. Back line again, White just in front of their own 18, IMCF. In Fort Lauderdale, the home club is trailing. They just picked up their first outright win of the season. Last time out, won at home against Toronto. Canadians came down the long trip to South Florida. Had to be shocking heat. Traveling from Toronto, north of Buffalo, all the way down south to the very southern point of Florida. Back line, whipping this back and forth. Miami taking their time. This is what the first half looked like. They were very content to sit back on their haunches. Now here's a space feed over the top beyond the center field stripe. Knocked off intentionally by Chattanooga, so it stays with Miami. Thrown in, Inter Miami to the back line again. Long dish, and it's a bit errant. He was looking for Zeltzer Zubida, and Ito was out of position from where he was looking. The ball rolls off into Chattanooga's football club. Richard Dixon spoke to the media this week, talked about how pleased he is with the resilience of this group. Boys in blue have been very good for Chattanooga. Ups and downs. When things don't work, they find a way to plug away and get results and build a solid foundation. And he's happy with that. He's very open about it. Loves tweaking things, changing the system. He has been electric at the helm of this club. Richard is one of the longest tenured members of the front office and roster. Enjoyed one of the longer playing careers in Chattanooga Football Club history. Almost 5,000 minutes on field, the captain originally from Jamaica. Can't tell you how excited I was when he came back and joined the club on the touchline as a coach. And man, just pure joy for the city of Chattanooga and this roster when they named him the interim head coach. Chattanooga going to throw in to open the 52nd minute. It's going to be down to the edge of the final third. Miami trying to deflect this away. Krell takes it up. Krell sends it to the inside, disrupted for a moment. Hughes-Akuski takes it back. Luke to Robertson. Far touchline now, from left to right. Here comes Chattanooga. They're going to return it to center field, not liking the formation of the Flamingos and feeling that they could disrupt. Now they've got a seam they like in midfield. It's poked out of the air by Miami. The Flamingos send that off. IMCF. That's a good play on the back line. They've leaned heavily on Zeltzer Zubida. He's done an interesting job of rotating back and forth. He'll rotate back and play on the back line. Then when they're on the attack, he rushes forward, gets down deep at the final third, and is there to try and finish off feeds. Leading scorer for these Flamingos. Here's a dish down low, and Almeida sends this inside to Marin. The keeper outside of the area, now down toward midfield. The Flamingos have a head of steam. From right to left, Zeltzer Zubida's got the football, defended by Hughes-Akuski. He'll give it away. Almeida tries this down to the far touchline. Just inside of the final third, the Flamingos send this to the end line near the corner. Miami set up double teamed by Chattanooga, now to the edge of the wing. The boys in pink fire a shot off of Chattanooga's man. It's rolling away from the final third, but only for a moment. Long roller for White. Roddy on top of the football, looking to find a way to dish this through. Cadet with it. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Sidesteps. Floater inside, and the veteran gets to it. Eldin Jakupovic. Jakupovic rolls this down through midfield and more. Onto the attack goes Chattanooga. From left to right. The Navy side. Down to Barker John. He's harassed by the Flamingos. 3 defenders there. Gives it off. Sorensen looking for help. Somehow gets through a sea of defenders swimming upstream. Off onto the penalty arc. Chattanooga's man is cut down. We play on. Chattanooga out front. I don't know how their man got through. Sorensen through a sea of defenders, and he's cut down. No call. Back to midfield. Chattanooga resetting. Farid down the right touchline. Disrupted, and immediately the call this time. So the ball's maybe 15, 20 yards back from the area. Chattanooga and Miami making a number of changes. Zeltzer Zubita is coming out of the match. Going to be a totally different look for Miami. Marin still between the sticks. Morrison, Almeida, White, and Dearman the back line. In midfield, it's Flores, De Paula, Conyers. The strikers, the front line for them, the attackers, Basabe, Saya, and Cadet. Chattanooga, a different look as well. Mangadov, Krell, and Barker John, the front 3. In midfield, it's Robertson, Jones, and McGrath. It'll be interesting to see how Isaiah Jones slots into this lineup. Yves Chayup at right back. At left back, Luis Jean. Kohler has come into the match, and he'll complement Sarsar. Kohler replaces Hanchard. Jones replacing Hughes Akuski, the loanee from the Revs. Kohler, one of my favorite players on this roster. Fun guy to watch play. Great family. Chattanooga now, after the changes, will enjoy that free kick. Here's the bend for the 18. Knocked around and skied into the air. This is poked away. 56th minute is just opening. It's still 1-0 Chattanooga. Tried to fit that forward. Isaiah Jones takes it, playing keep away with Miami. The Flamingos force them back to center field from just beyond the stripe. Here's a long bend down into the final third in the wing. Knotted inside and cleared by the Flamingos, but only for a moment. Chattanooga, Robertson tries to center, again cleared. Chayup gave it off. Robertson to Eves. Rolled to the back line. Farid. Kohler. Chattanooga at midfield. Back on their haunches and looking for some sort of vulnerability. Here's a floater down for the wing on the close side. Knocked away. And that's a free kick for Miami. Mingos take over with the football. 2 other matches kicking off right now. Minnesota, Portland, SKC, Houston. Both scoreless in MLS Next Pro action. Earlier today, Atlanta and Carolina Cores Foxes went down to the wire. It was a crazy shootout at the training ground in Marietta of Atlanta United. They were on field 4, and that thing went down to the wire. 3-3 the final score at full time. Scored 6 total goals. As if that wasn't enough, they go to PKs, and it's 10-9 in PKs. I cannot wait to get on the horn and find out how that ended. From midfield, the Florida side, they'll keep possession and roll it back into the circle. Working from right to left. Flamingos just beyond the wing on the far touchline. Centered back up into the circle. Inter Miami going to try the other touchline. Cadet harassed by Yves Chayup. Steps around, gets it back. Cadet into the 18. Double teamed and rolls it to the other side from the right corner of the area. Dished out front, just beyond the wing now. Miami trying to fight through too much traffic. McGrath forces him to knock it off a defender. Miami somehow stays with it, streaking through traffic. Left off the Mingos, just off the right side of the area, delivered into the wing. Steps for the end line. A floater is knocked away intentionally by Chattanooga's football club. I mentioned as we came out of the break, I really felt like the first 10 to 15 minutes of half 2 would be crucial for these two. I think Miami's got to make something happen. This is a great chance for them. They've got a corner. Down in that final third, they're on the far side. A set-piece opportunity. Referee doing some traffic control. Now the whistle. Bent long beyond the spot all the way to the back side of the area. Gathered, wants to step around the defender. Left off for the arc. And this thing intentionally sent down low, but errantly fed off of the field. It's goal kick for Jakupovic in Chattanooga. Eldin Jakupovic, the veteran keeper for Chattanooga Football Club. Such a long and storied career. Played for Lokomotiv Moscow. Won the FA Cup. Played with Leicester City. So much international experience. Won all of these wonderful trophies and cups and leagues. Then he's wrapping up his career, kind of becoming older, and so he comes to the United States and plays in MLS for LA Galaxy. Played a season there, and then joined Chattanooga Football Club, and he's been very, very crucial, instrumental for Chattanooga's side between the sticks. A really nice piece. Just a brick wall defensively, and he's been great for the academy kids as well. Stand-up guy. Speaking of which, he'll clear it long, well beyond midfield. Still 1-0 Chattanooga. It goes into the final third of Miami. They're playing keep away with the boys in blue. Flamingos send it for the circle. It's intercepted. Chattanooga dished across for Barker John, who's on the right side of the area. Damian Barker John steps to the end line, and it's knocked away. Just unable to finesse that inside, looking for service. And that takes us through 1 hour played between these two sides. It's 1-0 Chattanooga. 1/2 of an hour to go. The last time these two played, it was in Chattanooga at Erlanger Park, the baseball venue, in front of that record-setting regular season crowd. It was 1-0. Kraus scored the only goal in that match as well. Scrappy night, fun night. It was on the 4th of July. Here's the bend over the top, knocked around, and it's off over the end line. Couldn't find that connection, and so the keeper, Marin, will put us back underway. It's not time to panic yet, but if you're Miami, you've got to start thinking about how you change things, I guess. Things have to change, obviously. You can't possess the ball this much, not have any chances, not have high enough quality chances, and expect something to be different. It's still 1-0. Well beyond an hour now. We're opening our 62nd minute. Glad you're with us. I'm Gabriel Schrei. NSBN, Chattanooga FC. Miami from midfield, long feed down toward the final third. They've got it. Flamingos into the 18, intercepted by Chattanooga and cleared away. You expect a response from the home side after halftime, but Chattanooga's answered every question so far. This is becoming a really interesting tactical piece. It feels like a chess match. Chattanooga on the counter from midfield. Down inside of the area, Marin gloves this, the keeper. Flamingos to White. He'll run traffic. The shots have opened up, though, so Miami now has 10 shots. For a while, at one point in that first half, it was like 9 shots Chattanooga, 2 Miami. Now it's 11 Chattanooga, 10 Miami. So a little bit more stretch, things changing, both sides finding some open space. That's going to favor whichever club stays composed in transition, which obviously Chattanooga is very good at. So any goal here feels enormous. A Chattanooga score, a second, probably puts this whole match out of reach. But a Miami equalizer changes all of the momentum between these two. Ball rolls from midfield down to the final third of the Flamingos. Sent inside to the keeper. Marin tries this beyond the stripe. There's a good connection. Miami tries to pick their way inside. Barker John disrupted. Asks the referee for the call, and he gets it. 10 yards behind midfield. Chattanooga will take over with possession. Chattanooga still creating. 11 shots, 5 on target, 4 corners. So not a bunker mentality by any means. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't look like it. They're still looking for that second goal. And they're not protecting first, but they're not being as aggressive as they would be. They're kind of taking it easy, trying to maintain shape. Now behind midfield, Chattanooga going to try and sky this through. Knocked around, Miami comes up with it. And that's going to be sent with Miami. Interesting call there. Not a lot of contact, but they say that's a kick for the Flamingos. From in front of the stripe, good delivery down through midfield, and he misfired. Oh, he just mistouched it. Flamingos had a good counter going, and in transition, overshot the feed. It rolls off. 1-0 Chattanooga, 64th minute, about to become the 65th. As the clock, this is that shave. Things change a lot in your last 20 minutes. Miami's got about 5 minutes to make things feel different. Speaking of which, they might from midfield. Streaks around a Chattanooga defender into the final third. Now the 18, a shot, healed away, and it rolls off. An errant return on goal goes wide of the stick. Miami had it. They had Eldin Jakupovic dead to rights. He was splayed out on the grass, and they misfired. Goal kick Chattanooga. Wow. And whatever confidence you were going to take away from Eldin there, he might have just gotten it back. You can't misfire on a wide open opportunity like that. Chattanooga going to return on the counter. Sent long downfield. Looking to push it through and forward, and harassed enough that this rolls over the end line. It's goal kick, Marin. Marin will return this for the Flamingos of Miami. Just a reminder to check out all of the highlights, action, and more, Chattanooga Football Club, on their YouTube channel and website, ChattanoogaFC.com, at Chattanooga FC on YouTube and social. And of course, NSBN Sports, one of your prime sources for soccer throughout the nation. The Kings of UPSL, so many other matches throughout the year and highlights. Give us a visit at NSBN Sports, that's National Sports Broadcast Network, NSBNsports.com, and at NSBN Sports on social. 68th minute has arrived as Miami is still playing dink and dunk down that back line, trying to find a way to break out through to midfield. Flamingos, the center back, Marin just behind him on the edge of the 18. White takes the give. Miami has completed 451 passes. Chattanooga still below 225. More than doubled them. So possession not really working. They're circulating the ball around, trying to pull Chattanooga out of position. But Chattanooga's been more vertical when they've won the ball and decided they're going to try and counter and move with it. We're going to start to keep an eye on the benches as we get closer to the 70th minute. Both clubs have made some changes. 2 fresh sets of legs for CFC. The Flamingos have brought on 3 fresh sets of legs. Moved to midfield and not going to be able to get that through. It's taken by Chattanooga. CFC's McGrath down across to Eves. Chiup all the way back to Eldin and Jakupovic midway through our 69th. Skies it across. Eves takes it right back. Flamingos double team him. 3 defenders on him now. Streaking down the touchline from left to right. Has a seam on the inside, fed to the front of the penalty arc, left off in the area. Chiup is disrupted, regathered. McGrath, a howitzer, is deflected away on the end line, and Marin scrambles for the ball, but it rolls off. McGrath, an absolute bomb lit off from the edge of the 18. Chattanooga will now enjoy a set piece and a corner on the close side. Great attack by McGrath. He's been really limited this season since they lost him last season on an injury, a ligament injury on his leg. He returned in a limited capacity, maybe tweaked it or just went down, got banged up a little bit against Atlanta United in the U.S. Open Cup. And he's slowly returned and been a very nice piece in midfield for them. Here's the bend from the corner, knotted over the top. regathered for a moment, Chattanooga. Interestingly, probably worth noting, this is bent long all the way through and the keeper can't get it. The captain, McGrath, played in NISA. He played with the likes of Tate Robertson and Richard Dixon way back in the day before the transition to MLS Next Pro. Those were some fun times, and there were days where he felt like the best striker in America playing in that league. There was a wild finish to their tenure in NISA. He scored like 7 goals in 9 matches. Just a fun time to be around the club. Another set piece coming for Chattanooga. They're going to bend it long over the top all the way to the back side of the 18. Too much sauce on this as it skeeters down to the corner. Left off in the wing, down alongside the area. Centering feed for the spot, knocked away by the Mingos. Here's a loft for the 6-yard box, knotted backside, trying to clean it up, and this goes just wide of the left stick. Off over the end line for goal kick as Chattanooga continues to pester and pepper Marine and the Flamingos. That leaves us with 20 minutes left in regulation as the 71st minute halfway gone. And now 4 fresh sets of legs, 2 for each club, coming onto the pitch. This is going to take some sorting out. Diego Matos coming on for Inter Miami. He'll replace Alejandro Flores. Yuval Cohen for Chattanooga. Jeremy Ortella has come into the match for Inter Miami. They didn't signal who he replaced. Chattanooga, a pair of changes as well. I'll try and tell you who that is in a moment. Alexis Arua and Cohen have come on. Both of them going to the front line. So that means Krell has come off. They're leaving Mangarov on the wing. Cohen up front striking. This is going to be an interesting shape. Chattanooga probably, if I had to guess, will press Jones and McGrath up to help on the attack and try to run like a 5 forward piece. Krell is one of the ones that came out. I would almost think they'd leave Mangarov back towards midfield or Arua. Probably Arua. Flamingos from midfield working it from right to left. Disrupted by Chattanooga, and on cue Arua playing defensively way back. Disrupts. We'll probably see a lot of him, kind of like we saw Zeltzer Zubida playing back, doing that exact thing. That'll wrap up our 72nd minute and open the 73rd, where it's 1-0 Chattanooga. They've led since a 32nd minute strike by Krell that tied the record for goals in a season for Chattanooga. Mehdi Wamri set that clip way back in 2024 during the regular season, the first in the league for Chattanooga Football Club. He's still playing overseas, had a short tenure with Union Omaha, Las Pujos, in USL League One before exiting the nation. He's done very well. He's got a lot of minutes overseas. Isaiah Jones goes forward to the circle. Chattanooga going to return to their own back line. Now from left to right, back 5 yards behind the center field stripe. A quick pitch forward. A lot of defensive effort coming from the Flamingos, and Inter Miami making this difficult. Sent across, Chiap. Eves wants McGrath, the man from Spennymoor. The Englishman sees this delivered across. Chattanooga. Arua gets it right back. Alexis surrounded by defenders. Mingos can't touch him here as Yuval Cohen tags it up. 3 defenders swarm Yuval. Cohen delivered to center field. Chiap goes to Jones, dished forward Arua. Chattanooga, very strategic passing, broken up, left off into the wing, and Inter Miami will be the first to it. Intentionally deflected away by Chattanooga. 1-0 CFC. 74th minute rolls into our 75th minute of play between these two sides. Chattanooga plays at home next weekend. I hope you'll join us. Visit ChattanoogaFC.com. Click onto the tickets tab. Looking forward to having you along for the ride. Atlanta United 2 in town to do battle with Chattanooga's football club. Promises to be a very good one. A crucial couple of points on the line for these two sides. And Chattanooga if they can hold for a result here, will be seeking to tie their record for an unbeaten streak at 10 matches. Right now, 8 matches unbeaten in a row. Tonight would be 9 if 1-0 holds. Chattanooga from midfield. Long ball on the counter. Arua's got it. Centered to the spot. A howitzer is covered. Yuval Cohen took it up just inside of the 18. Tried to go low, right glove, and Marin falls onto the football. Now the Flamingos countering quickly as we've got just over a quarter of an hour to play. Dished across. Inter Miami all the way down to the final third already. The Flamingos setting up and looking to get on the attack. Just off the penalty arc. Here's a delivery inside, and Eldine falls onto the ball. Jakupovic, goal kick for Chattanooga. Jakupovic skies this down to the final third of Miami. They're going to regather, reset, and get started again. Delivered to midfield. Harassed by Kohler. That's a bold look defensively. Now, IMCF. Whoa, a shove of Chattanooga's man. You have to show the card. Oh no, they've carded Arua. I'm not a fan of that. I think I understand why it was done. I'm not a fan. I'm not mad. I'm just saying I don't like that it happened. Obviously, you have to card. I believe Arua was standing in the face of the free kick, and Basabe was able to draw him, bait him into standing there. He shoves him, gets away with that because Arua shouldn't have been in his face for the kick. The yellow card shown to Alexis Arua. Delivered across to the back line of Miami from behind midfield. Marin, the keeper, is playing at the circle. The last match I did, I saw a score from the center field stripe. Deportivo bent it over the top all the way from midfield. Watch out, Miami. Delivered across. Basabe tries the bend for the 18. Knocked out front of the penalty arc. Chattanooga takes it away. Their man harassed. Jones going to be awarded the free kick. Chattanooga will maintain possession. The Flamingos will have to back off a bit. 2 other matches in MLS Next Pro right now. Houston, Texas on the road at Kansas City, doing battle up in Missouri. It's 1-0 Houston lead. Scoreless between Minnesota and Portland, both of them in their 35th minute of play. Bent long over the top by Chattanooga's Eldine Jakupovic. Pinballed around and sent away from the wing. The Floridian side trying to go from right to left into the attacking end. Mingos, quick bend down the touchline. Too much sauce as that rolls off in front of coach. Throw incoming for Chattanooga Football Club. Chattanooga can do no wrong today. They have been fantastic. This is pretty much how you draw up this match, especially with the history between these two, how the first couple of meetings have went this season. The way that last time out was such a back and forth tug of war. 1-0 victory is what you're looking for. Miami takes it from midfield, building out toward the final third. Here's a delivery into the wing. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Sent out front of the penalty arc. Nodded for the spot, nodded through, and gloved down inside of the 6-yard box by Jakupovic. Chattanooga takes over back in their own 18-yard box. The keeper on top of the ball, and he will scream this through the drop kick to center field. Right down the stripe go the Flamingos. Miami working those pink kits back and forth. The center back tries White down on the far touchline. They trail 1-0, 79th minute, about to become the 80th. Here's a long bend over the top down the left touchline, and that skeeters off and back to Chattanooga's Football Club. Tennessee side leading late. Chattanooga, interestingly, I like to bring this one up, is the 18th oldest tenured soccer club in the United States. Think about the significance of that. All of the USL Championship side clubs that have been so good, so significant in their history. You know, the Rowdies, and I mean, there's just so many USL League One clubs that have been fantastic. Even the Cosmos play in USL League One. All their history dating back to the 70s, having Pele. selling out 75,000-seat stadiums. Think about all the clubs in Major League Soccer. There are 30 clubs active. And the 18th oldest, the 18th longest tenured soccer club in the United States is Chattanooga FC and MLS Next Pro. It's pretty cool stuff. Now beyond 15 years, closing in on 2 decades of continuous operation. Boys in blue battling against these Flamingos tonight. Late in the 80th minute, it's 1-0 Chattanooga. Marin and Inter Miami dished across. They're going to try a long feed over the top. Skying this downfield. It's going to be gathered and dished back to the center field stripe. From midfield, White across. Disrupted by Chattanooga, and enough to get the call for Miami. A good spot for it, maybe 25 yards back from the 18. Miami set. The referee says, hey, I need you to walk it back a step. Signals to him. He does that. Everybody's set for a good shot off the free kick. Still a long way back, but a prime chance. 8 pink hits inside of the 18. The long bend knocked away on a nod by Chattanooga. Back to the touchline right where they took the kick from. This time rolled for the edge of the wing. Flamingos try this with a spot nodded away by Kohler in Chattanooga. Regathered. IMCF. Just in front of the center field circle. He'll chip it back there. Now to the close touch line. 10 yards back from the 18. Cadet. A handoff. Center back to right back. Banged off a defender. Loose out front of the penalty arc. Long shot wide. Off the dasher boards. And Eldin Jakupovic throws both gloves into the air, the keeper of Chattanooga. That's goal kick, CFC. 82nd minute is halfway gone. I don't think we'll see a lot of added time on the second half. Chattanooga making the change. They're signaling for someone to come off that's not on the field. There's no one on the roster with that number. I don't know who's being replaced. It's Tate Robertson being replaced. And they're going to bring on Sorensen. So the 11 for Chattanooga, Mangarov, Cohen, Arua on the front line. In midfield, it's Sorensen, Jones, and McGrath. Chiap, Sarsar, Kohler, and Luis Jean on the back line. In front of the keeper, Jakupovic. For Miami, from the sticks forward, Marin the keeper, Morrison, Almeida, White, and Dearman the back line. Flores, De Paula, and Conyers in midfield. Basabe, Saya, and Ortella, the front three. They changed who that was. That's not right. Cadet is in the match, not Ortella. That's a mistake. I don't know whose mistake that is, but that's a mistake. Cadet is wearing number 86, at least according to the match day roster. He's on the field. They've got Ortella listed as being in the match on the wing on the right side, but that's not right. Either he's wearing the wrong jersey number or they've got the wrong jersey number listed as being in the match. One of the two. Move back and forth. Chattanooga sent across. Marin gets this one called his way. 83rd minute becomes the 84th. It's 1-0 Chattanooga. Delivered forward. Nowhere to go for the Flamingos. They go to the back line just outside of their 18 again. Thanks for being with us tonight. Be sure to follow along wherever you're tuned in. You can find my profile on X. I stream all of the broadcasts there, available free of charge. You can listen to the audio at Schryguy, SCHRAYGUY. If you're not listening audio only, if you're streaming the game, a lot of places have video on screen and all the handles are visually there. You can see them. It's available at SCSN Sports on YouTube and at Chattanooga FC on Mixlr. All free of charge, free to listen, easy to listen. Moved back and forth, Miami to the circle. Flamingos try the left side. Wants to cut it down. Dearman delivered to the back line again. Trouble. Chattanooga back in a defensive shell. Here's the delivery down the left touchline to the end line. Skied out front for the spot. Knocked into the air. Helmeted away by Chattanooga. They've got possession, and they'll clear this out of there. Sent to midfield. 85th minute rolling and growing late. Closing in on our 86th, where it's still 1-0 Chattanooga FC. Two other matches going on tonight, both in the 42nd minute. Portland and Minnesota still a clean sheet. They're up in Minnesota. Houston has just relinquished their lead. They're now deadlocked at a goal apiece in Missouri against Kansas City. Ball volleyed for the front of the 18, knocked into the air, pinballed around. Chattanooga trying to clear this away. A collision and a yellow card shown to Chattanooga. What a spot for the Flamingos. Oh no, a prime opportunity so late for Inter Miami. This is worst case scenario for Chattanooga. Chattanooga back, everybody loaded up on the spot in the 18-yard box. That opens our 87th minute. Fareed Sarsar suffers one of his only yellows of the season. They've selected Conyers to take the shot. The signal from our referee, Conyers steps, fires through traffic, and it's gloved anyhow by Eldin Jakupovic. The keeper keeps eyes for the football and somehow gathers it up in a flurry of bodies. Just like that, we're back underway. All the way to the other end. Disheveled for a moment. Chattanooga can't stay with it. Miami cleared to midfield. Chattanooga will return. A long feed of the ball down the left touchline, cut off by White and sent to Marin. 87th minute, about to become the 88th. It's 1-0 Chattanooga. Inter Miami. Full court press. Flipped across, down behind midfield. Wants to sky this over the top. Good shape for Chattanooga. Richard Dixon's side has been fantastic in these situations. Miami tries the left touchline, gathered up by Cadet, left off near the corner. IMCF2 cuts it inside of the 18, and Chattanooga takes it away. Cleared by Chiap over the top. Chattanooga's man is not called offside. We play on. Marin comes way out for the ball on the circle. 88th minute, halfway gone. This thing feels like rec ball. We are going crazy in Fort Lauderdale. Healed through. Miami tries to strike this, a sliding shot, two boots, and instead it's deflected away. Ball goes off down near the end of the pitch. I'm not sure if our referee is calling for medical attention or if he just waved a yellow card. May have just flashed the yellow. Chattanooga's man is still down inside of the 18. He must have shown the yellow because he's got his book out. 89th minute has arrived. Ball left for Eldin Jakupovic, the keeper, to put us back underway. Time burning up quickly and running out of chances. Miami. Chattanooga, some professional time wasting coming up in the books. Here's a long bend over the top, down on the edge of the wing on the close side. Arrua rolls this back for McGrath, the captain from England. Chiap playing pitch and catch. Eves got rid of it quickly. Conyers the one who suffered the yellow. Forward for Inter Miami. Ball knocked around a couple of times. Flamingos take it away. That takes us to the 90th minute of regulation. The Floridians from behind midfield roll this to the close side. Walking it forward beyond the stripe. Quick connection. Dished over to Kadej. He'll bend it over the top, and flashing the gloves is Jakupovic midway through our final minute. Almost have played 1.5 hours. Now, we're certain to see some stoppage time with all the different little things that have happened in this second half, but they only awarded 1 minute of stoppage time in half one, so it could be a short ending to this. 90th minute coming up quickly. Marin calling for his men to throw it in. Richard Dixon shouting out to Chattanooga FC's guys. They've got the Flamingos trapped, hemmed in way back on their own back third. 3 minutes of stoppage time awarded. Just a little bit of time to put together a few more rushes for IMCF2. Chattanooga looking to just wrap this up and walk away. So the ball somehow knocked off. This is wasting a lot of time for Miami. Chiap throws it in from the wing all the way down on the right. Down the end line, skeetering towards the close touch line and off. Ball will stay with Chattanooga. It's last touched by the Flamingos. Again, burning time rapidly. Chiap will throw in. That'll kill our first minute of stoppage time. They only signaled for 3. Thrown to the end line. Chattanooga tries to chip this to the corner. Now they will. Eves run down aggressively by the Floridian. Put into the turf by De Paula. Chattanooga will enjoy the free kick from right in front of the corner. Referee coming over for a word. Going to draw a line once De Paula and Conyers behind it. Cohen to Chiap, now bent down the end line, and it's deflected off of the Flamingos. They're just going to kill this time. They are murdering the clock. Excellent defensive work and time management by Chattanooga. 90 seconds gone already in stoppage time. They called for 3 minutes. It's 1-0 Chattanooga. They've got the ball all the way down in the corner on the close side. Sent away from Yuval. Tried to pitch it back to him around Alexis Arua. Off the referee, and now they'll have to kick it from there. That is brutal for Inter Miami. They finally get it away from Chattanooga, and they accidentally deflect the ball off of the referee. Marin comes out to do the honors, the keeper walking his way downfield. Just behind the circle, long ball over the top, and Eldin Jakupovic, the keeper of Chattanooga, is the one that takes it out of the air. 2.5 minutes played of 3 minutes of stoppage time. Time moving quickly. Sent across, taken out of the air by the Flamingos. IMCF2 in front of their own 18. The give down through midfield. Probably this could be their last rush. Maybe one more after this. Again, the call was for 3 minutes of stoppage time. We've now played 3. Referee looking on, checks his watch. There's the bend for the spot, knocked away by Chattanooga. Wanted the shot, big collision, and a perfect free kick for Miami. The Flamingos will have a free kick from just in front of the penalty arc. What a spot for Inter Miami. Oh, Chattanooga could be in trouble. Eldin Jakupovic, the veteran from Bosnia and Herzegovina, has bailed them out so many times over his tenure between the sticks. And now, with one of their best streaks in club history, on the line, on the road. Of course, they'd have to lose to have the streak broken. They've been unbeaten 8 in a row. Looking to avoid the draw and increase all the points they've got in their pocket. 37 on the table. It's 1-0 Chattanooga. The 95th minute is open. Very deep into stoppage time. IMCF2 just off the right side of the penalty arc. Even Marin is standing way up the keeper. Conyers will be the one standing to the left side. It looks as though he'll deliver. Our referee doing some traffic control. Shuffling bodies around just in front of the spot. Almost everyone is in the 18. Only 4 players outside of it. Medine, 3 pink kits for the Flamingos. The referee, the signal, fired off the line in front of them, down near the spot. This rolls outside of the 18. Miami quickly for the wing, flipped inside for the spot. Chattanooga gets it out again, and now blown dead. The whistle sounds full time. Chattanooga extends their unbeaten streak 9 matches in a row, dating back through the month of June. 1-0 at full time. Chattanooga wins on the road in Fort Lauderdale. Alex Krell scores the lone goal in the 32nd minute and ties the record for goals in a season for Chattanooga Football Club with Mehdi Wamri's mark set in 2024. I'm going to take a 60-second break. When I come back, final thoughts, stats, and more. Don't go anywhere.
The moment happens fast. The replay lives here. And ESPNSports.com brings you every highlight, every update, and every story that matters. From the biggest plays to the latest news, it's all right here on NSBN. Watch the top moments, catch the viral plays, stay ahead of every story. Follow at NSBN Sports across social media for highlights, clips, and real-time updates. Stay connected, stay in the game. At NSBN Sports across the web.
The action doesn't stop when the game ends. Stay connected with Chattanooga FC all season long. Follow along for highlights, behind-the-scenes moments, and exclusive content you won't find anywhere else. Catch the biggest plays, the best goals, and the stories that matter most. Be part of the conversation and stay close to the club every single day. Follow Chattanooga FC on social media and never miss a moment. ChattanoogaFC.com.
This is the National Sports Broadcast Network. Free and live sports from NSBNSports.com.
Delivered perfectly to the back of the net.
Now we go back to Gabriel Schrei for more live coverage.
A beautiful, beautiful victory on the road to extend their unbeaten streak. Chattanooga Football Club, a disciplined 1-0 win over Inter Miami CF. Alex Krell's first half strike in the 32nd minute proved to be the difference. Inter Miami controlled possession throughout the whole match, but Chattanooga really never lost their defensive shape and structure. The visitors absorbed pressure and limited opportunities and made the most of those limited chances they did have and earned a deserved road result. That was a great match. Inter Miami finished with like twice as many completed passes, almost 90% passing accuracy, but Chattanooga consistently looked more dangerous in moments that mattered. CFC put 7 shots on target, won 7 corners, forced 6 saves from the Miami keeper, while the back line and keeper combined to preserve the clean sheet despite a late push from the home side. So the mature professional performance championship caliber clubs produce away from home. For Chattanooga, another statement result in an impressive run of form. Winning on the road at MLSNP is not easy, especially against a possession side like Miami, but Chattanooga executed their game plan from start to finish. ChattanoogaFC.com. Click onto the tickets tab. Be with us August 8th. It's Atlanta United 2 in Chattanooga. For Miami, for Chattanooga, all the fans, everybody here, I'm Gabriel Schrei saying so long from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This has been Pro Side Soccer.
Today's broadcast presentation is the property of the National Sports Broadcast Network and NSBNSports.com. This broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or distributed in any form without the express written consent of NSBN. All rights to this broadcast are reserved. For permissions or licensing, please contact NSBN. We appreciate you tuning in.